And among the 4%, 2.5 is South Asian. So the South Asians are the biggest Asian American group here in Metro Detroit, especially in the 6 counties of Detroit. So our struggles have a lot to do with immigration and the ability to get the freedom to become a U.S. citizen is just a long-winded process. And the process certainly limits our aspirations. We can move to different jobs. We can move out of the city. We can move out of the state. And like Anand just shared, immigration, as Charu just shared, what are the abilities to own a home? Many ask us, why do you all live in apartments? I've been asked this. We live in apartments because they're all new. They can't buy a home yet. So much of this knowledge is not available, and therefore we are seen as you are not participative in the civic processes. And that's also because, like I said, it takes anywhere between 10 to 15 years to become a citizen. So you pretty much have to wait for that amount of time to actually participate in civic processes. And as you go through the process, you are supposed to keep away from anything to do with elections. Any kind of participation in elections or anything could work against you when you're taking the oath and when they call you for a U.S. citizenship interview. So you are systematically supposed to stay on the sidelines for 15 years, and then you're supposed to jump in and become active. So it takes time in this community. Now, the other part of the history is there are some processes that have revamped and that have changed in immigration. In my time, and I migrated in '85, things were stringent. You have to stay with the same employer until you get your green card. So there is some changes. There's definitely some changes, but most definitely we do not have all of the changes that we would like to see to make our lives a little bit more comfortable. So the last thought I want to leave with is, I always ask this question, what is it, out of 6 billion people, the biggest group of population lives in Asia, right, on the globe. I mean, if you really look at the whole globe, majority of the folks live in Asia, and yet in all of United States, there's less than 5% of Asians in the US. So I just want to close with that thought. So what that tells about the Asian struggles here and the South Asian struggles as such.